Hi, you guys.
Hello.
We're together. So we're recording a video for you guys. I got really distracted by Irene's husband. Thanks, Danny. I'm distracted by anything. Okay. So we decided because week 2 of the new coach training that we do is really pretty simple. We're just going to do a back office tour. So we're going to share the screen today and just kind of show you where to find things and where you'll be able to find like resources for your business, where you're going to find stuff to do your daily activity tracker, which is like the to-do list, which is what we're going to talk about today. And then more later this week, we're going to like tell you exactly how to implement all the things on the tracker that we're going to talk about. So yeah, that's pretty much it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My dogs apparently are going to bark this whole time.
No, they're not going to bark. Share screen. This is like my issue with computers. What?
Just share screen. Look, I can teach you.
Teach me.
Desktop. Share. But like
now this all comes up.
Yeah, but this is what I think. Hold on. Look, I need to teach you this lesson because it bothers me every time because you could do it full screen. If you do this full screen, view full screen.
Okay.
Share. Okay, but then I guess that's the same thing. It doesn't matter. But when you share is this what you're sharing?
Yeah.
Which one are we sharing first?
Yeah. This is just the back office. So we're going to just show them where everything is in here.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally distracting. Still recording. It hasn't stopped. We were supposed to start like an hour ago. So.
Okay. So whatever. If you double click on this, it makes it your whole screen so that when we're seeing it, when you're sharing, you can see more.
Thing.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So this is your back office. So hopefully you guys have launched your business. That's what we talked about last week, which was just you sharing about why you love this journey, where you were at before, why you want to help people do this with us. And so hopefully you did that and you started having some conversations with people. And then you probably, I think told you guys to go to this training tab here. There's some just like very short videos under here. That's training, if my computer will work, and getting started. There's a bunch of like videos you can watch in that tab. I don't think we're going to watch them, even though I just clicked on it. So now it's probably going to start them. But today I wanted to just show you where things were in here. My computer is so annoying. That's why I want to make slides.
This is like a high level overview of your coach office, but we want you to start thinking like CEOs of your business. Mm-hmm. So to me, when I first started this business, I had no idea how to work any of this, but I basically just went in there and I like looked around for stuff and I tried to figure it out. They just changed it recently, but it is super intuitive when you're just looking for stuff. But you can run reports for all of your people. Like there's a million things we can do, but you don't need to know how to do any of that stuff yet. The most important thing that you need in here is those training videos that we showed you. When you first log in, go to Coach Office so they can see the dashboard.
I don't know if that shows up for me. Oh yeah, it does.
Why is it taking so long?
Probably because I have 100 other tabs open.
Maybe. So when you first log in, so your dashboard is really important because that's just like the quick overview of like how many Success Club points you have for the month. And it'll also show you when you qualify officially for it, when you've hit at least SC5 and your monthly auto ship order has posted. That's when you'll officially qualify, is when both of those things are fulfilled. So you'll see how many SC points you have and whether you're qualified or not. You'll see what your paid rank is, what your lifetime rank is, all of these things. So everything is here. And then on the left side, there's a few more things. Again, this is something that I urge you to play around with.
Yeah.
These are the kinds of things that you kind of learn by using it over time. But when you don't have any clients yet, or when you only have 2 or 3, you obviously don't need to run a report to gather all the email addresses. You can just copy and paste 3 email addresses if you want to send an email, but those things come later. We'll train you on all of that when the time comes. For now, it's literally just the high level stuff. So seeing where you're at in the month currently, there's news at the bottom here. And you get alerts when like somebody orders something, if you have a new customer, when you do hit Success Club and you're at Emerald, you get paid leads from Beachbody. Those will show up here. So those are the kinds of things that you need to pay attention to from now and the trainings. And then what we're going to talk about next, which is the business activity tracker.
But yeah, right here where it says Success Club qualification, that's what you're talking about. Like when I sign up one more person, it says 6 points and it still says not qualified. That's because I haven't like placed my order yet for the month. So we all need to make sure we're doing that too. So
it's best if you just have it on auto ship. So you don't have to think about it. Because if you don't place an order, even if you signed up 3 people, you wouldn't qualify that month for Success Club. So very important to have that automatically happening.
Right. And Success Club and even like these ranks like that, like Irene was talking about, Emerald, Diamond, all those things, those are things we're going to talk about in the last week of this, or the last week of this month training. So you don't have to know about that again today. So, but I do want to remind you guys, one of the things I tell all my new coaches too, is to make sure you have your direct deposit set up, because that way, when you sign up your first 3 people, you will get paid. We get paid every Thursday. So make sure you have this set up, and you can do that. And I think if I just like hover over these things, it should it's just really slow. It should work here. Tools and resources. Here we go. So tools and resources, I think, is like where you guys are going to want to like spend most of your time. Because under the marketing tools, that's where we have a share a cart, which is when you get someone that's like, sure, like I want to do this with you, you're going to go in share a cart and you're going to send them a cart. And then it's super easy for them to just click one button and they check out. And so I always like send people a cart. I usually don't like refer them to the website and have them buy stuff on their own. I will send them a cart with an email that's like, hey, like, and gives them all the instructions. And I change the email too, so it sounds like something that I would actually say, not just like the default email setting. So I would show this to you, but it feels like my computer's running really slow. So I think I'm just gonna tell you it's right here, share a cart. It's pretty user friendly. So you can kind of like play around. Why don't you could send yourself or your husband or something, like a pretend cart, to just try it out. But it's, I think, very user friendly. I am not technologically savvy at all. And I was able to, like, when I first started, go in, play around and get a handle on most of these things too. So also in here, what I was talking about with that EFT is over here under business resources, direct deposit, the EFT management. So make sure you set that up so that your checks just come right to your bank account. And then my website and profile. We don't want you guys to spend too much time on this, but it is a good idea to click in there, put a nice picture of like you looking happy in there, and then a little brief bio about yourself or something. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to overthink this too much, because again, like I said, I don't usually ever send anyone to my site. It's just that's just going to be where people that might just be, on an infomercial or something, they click on Beachbody and they come across your profile. Like most people we're going to be signing up are going to be people we've connected with and we're talking to, and we're not going to send them just to our website. So, but it is good to just have that there for random strangers. But today, this is the daily activity tracker, which we want to talk to you guys about. Last week, I'm pretty sure I kind of like referenced that, like, we want you guys to start to think of yourself like as a CEO, like we talked about, but also to start to have a plan and to follow the plan and to be consistent with it. And this tracker was not designed by us. It was designed by, they followed like top coaches in our business that were very, very successful. And they said, what do you guys do on a daily basis? And they're like, okay. And they compiled this list for the rest of us. And we just do it every day. And so if you love working from a list, if this like helps you, great. If you're not used to working from a list, you need to get good at it, because this is like,
I was like, where are you going with this? Because
this is like the most important thing.
Whether you like it or not, you fucking have to.
You have to do this.
This is if you want this business to work, you have to do this.
100%.
That's like none of the other shit that we say is going to matter. So just we're just going to put that out there, but we're going to teach you how to do it. And it's awesome because it's all right in here,
right in here,
digital, and you can do it on paper or you can do however you prefer, but doing it is doing it.
Keeping track of it is super important. So I'm just gonna be super honest with you guys. I don't use the digital one as much as I probably should. But I have I keep all my stuff in paper. So I do track it. I'm like a huge believer in tracking. I think if we don't track this stuff, we like don't know how to change our patterns. So, but the first thing, basically this tracker is divided into 4 sections, which are the same as our 4 vital behaviors. So the vital behaviors are like called vital for a reason. Like you have to do them. Like Irene was saying, you have to do these things. And we would encourage you to definitely be using this digital tracker or a tracker. You can print some of these. I don't know if you can print, you can probably still print this somewhere.
There's a PDF somewhere, but the cool thing about this one, there's a few cool things about it. Obviously you can add, so it comes basic and then you can add your own things. Like Alicia added meditate in here. You can add your own things to create your own list of other, like whatever you want to start doing consistently on a daily basis. But also you can share with my coach. If you check that box on the top right, we can see that you're checking it. Like it helps us to understand like what work is she putting in. I'm going to say something that's kind of like high level in general. Everybody wants to know how to make this business work and how to make it work fast. And everybody's impatient, wanting it to happen faster than whatever. And they don't like, maybe don't do this, or they do it every other day, or they don't track it. And then it's like, I've heard a lot in a million trainings, they say, if you're not tracking anything, you have a hobby, not a business. So like, if you are motivated to get this thing, this opportunity up and running as quickly and like as profitably as possible from the jump, this is where we start. We do this list every day, so we can track what we're doing. And also if you come to us and you've been doing it consistently for a week or 2 weeks or a month, and you feel like you're still stuck, we can go look at this and say like, okay, well, if this is what you're doing, we can see the trends of it. Or maybe there's an obvious gap where you're missing one really important thing every day. And if you just tweak that a little bit, so it helps us to also mentor you better if you're keeping track from here and you share it with us, so we can actually see when you complete it or how much you complete it. Because when you click any of the boxes, it like adds to the percentage.
See, so now if I check those boxes, I'm at 20%.
done.
So again, if you like to do to-do lists, like it is very satisfying when you get all the boxes checked. So I should probably do a better job about doing this because I do like the idea of it. But I also want to just like remind you, if you're brand new, like Irene was saying, like I did this every single day. I had a whole year's worth for the first year, every single day in a binder. And I checked all the boxes, and then I was able to see, okay, like this month was really slow. Well, why was that? Oh, because I wasn't doing this or this. This month got really slow. Why was that? Because, I've like literally stopped doing my personal development, which is weird, but I was doing all the other things. So the things are vital for a reason. Like if you want to be successful, you have to do a little bit of all the things every day.
Yeah.
And I think, I know Irene and I want to like do a better job of like keeping things simple for you. But I think maybe we have in the past, like let people, we've been scared maybe as your mentors to say you need to do all the things because I don't want to overwhelm you. But like, I think when I feel the most overwhelmed is when I'm like not doing all the things.
Yeah.
When I'm like, oh, and then I feel I'm behind in this area, and then I'm always playing catch up. So if you can just start and do a little bit of all these things every day, you're going to be golden. So the first vital behavior is being proof the products work. I think we are going to beat this into your heads over and over and over, but you have to be doing a workout. You have to be working out and moving your body. You have to be doing our workouts. That's another thing. I think if you're not participating in, we have body live classes that we're going to be doing as a team. If you're not following a fitness program, like you need to start that today. You need to pick your program and start today, whatever it is. Maybe your plan is you're going to just do like a live workout every day for the next 30 days and share about that. Like whatever your plan is, you need to stick to it. What's up, bud? How was school? Obviously drinking your Shakeology every day, like every single day, you have to start your Shakeology story. It's the same as your coach story. And I think it's really important, right? Drinking Shakeology every single day.
Yeah.
Why we said just have that on auto ship. And then again, you can have your own tasks in here too. Let's skip to personal development because that's like another vital behavior that is really cool.
And half of this entire tracker is you taking care of yourself. So that's another awesome thing to notice. But yes. Okay. So engage in personal and professional development. So this says 15 minutes. They give you like a recommendation. Obviously you can do this however you need to. And like Alicia said,
these are like minimums though.
Yeah. But like Alicia said, we're not saying like you have to read a book every single week. You have to spend, an hour reading whatever. It's literally things that just over time, like these little things add up and create the results that you're looking for. So it's our responsibility as your mentors to show you how to use this and encourage you to do it. And I think it is something we need to work on, is not feeling like we're putting too much on you guys, because the problem is what happens is we do that and then you guys don't do this, and then you get frustrated and people end up wanting to quit, or they think it's not working. But you can't tell us that it doesn't work unless you're actually doing all of these things consistently every day. So it is like for the first month, like this is literally the thing that you need to start getting into the habit of doing, is each of these things. And you don't have to be an expert at it. You don't think about if you do a little bit of it every single day, obviously you're going to learn how to do it differently or better, or how to find new people on the internet. We're going to get to that soon. But like all these things that seem overwhelming, it's really not hard. Like one of the biggest trainings we've heard recently was that this job takes no talent. And it's the theme of Julie Voris's team, who she's been a coach for 15 years and she's been elite for 15 years. And she said it takes no talent to do this. It's just consistent effort. So, so personal and professional development is another non-negotiable, because again, like we said in every single one of these videos, mindset is the most important part of this business, is keeping your mindset right and clear and growing and open and all of those things. So
100%.
Personal development, minimum 15 minutes. And then those two things you added. You have meditate twice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's on there, but twice. But priming is, priming is something I learned from the Brad Bizjack, which is about getting your brain ready to like go send invites, because that's what we're going to talk about next, is like connecting with new people, following up with people, sharing this opportunity with people. And that could be really scary at first. And it's still really scary sometimes for me when I'm not in the right mindset. So the priming thing for me is something that I added to my morning routine. And basically I have a notebook, a binder, and I have all these letters and notes from happy customers, coaches on my team that I've helped mentor. There's a letter from Irene and some other girls on her team that have sent me stuff. And I just read that stuff because I need to remind myself before I start engaging in these business activities, that I am a good coach, that I have helped people, because it's really, this business can be like a little scary. You have to talk to people, and there's one out of like 200 people that I talk to might say something that's like kind of weird, or I take it the wrong way, and then it hurts my feelings. And then I might stop doing all these things for the next 5 days. And that just like hurts myself. So when I like get in my head and I remember like who I'm doing this for, it's not for the mean Jessica girl from high school. Like who cares about her? It's not like, I don't care what my crazy aunt Karen thinks. Like, it doesn't matter. Like all that matters is like who I'm trying to help. And, this business has helped me too. So like I'm helping myself while I help other people. And so when I keep that in the top, like front of my mind, that's what priming is about. I think something like that.
That's super important.
It really has helped me a lot, like gain confidence in inviting people and stuff.
And also people feel your energy in your words. Even if you're typing on Instagram, they can sense whether you're super excited about inviting them and you genuinely like feel and know that this can help them, or if you're just like, oh, you should do this.
Maybe do you want to? I don't know. Like, and they're like, it might be expensive. We're already assuming they can't afford it. It's like,
we assume all the worst things.
So
but
crazy.
Imagine like getting into a conversation where someone is looking for something to liven themselves up, liven their lives up, like feel better about themselves. And you go and you're like, oh my God, you have to do this. Like, I feel like it, like that, there's a huge difference in there. And the difference is you getting yourself ready for the conversation, or you going in like worried about the outcomes, because we can't stress about that. We just have to have the conversations, learn how to start talking to people, which we're going to get more into next week. But anyways,
the energy thing is so true. I just have to share this really quick story, even though we're like running short on time now. I'm supposed to go do a live cycling class on her bike in like 20 minutes. But I have to tell this story because it's so true, because it reminded me when I first started, even though when I signed up, I was like, this is such a good deal. I knew it was a good deal. When I started asking people to join us and I'm like, oh, and it came around to being like, it's $160. I felt like, oh my God, they're going to think that's too much. Or like, I don't know, she just stays home. And I would assume their financial situation. I would assume all these things. And then those people, when I was scared to ask the question, a lot of times were like, I don't know if, like right now money is tight. I got those responses. Now, like maybe, almost 2 years later, I'm like, this is the best freaking deal. There's nothing else on the market with what we have to offer that you can't find this $160 like anywhere else. Nutrition, fitness, mindset, one-on-one coaching, accountability from a huge group of supportive like women. Like you can't find that for 160. So in my heart, I know that it is like so affordable. It's stupid cheap, really, when you think about it. And now I don't hardly ever get money objections. Like I can't think of the last time, like when money comes up, it's usually people are saying like, wow, that's like such a good deal. Like they're shocked that it's so cheap because my mindset has changed. So I really do think the energy and what we think and say and how we talk is really important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is so true, because the girl I was just telling you about, there's a girl who I've been talking about getting a challenge pack. She ended up not getting the challenge pack and trying to save money and like jacked everything up and ended up paying basically the same amount for like something ridiculous, like the least cost effective option. Simultaneously, we're having a discussion about a $1,600 bike.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean?
She
like,
can afford it.
It's fine. Like,
yeah.
But it's just like it really is up to us to add the value in the conversation and the excitement of what it is. And that makes the biggest difference in the world. And that also builds your confidence too. When you're in it, like you're trying to get these people to hire you essentially as their accountability coach. So if you aren't confident when you're having the conversation to invite them, like it would be pretty easy for them to assume like you would not be confident in your ability to coach them and your ability, like, and the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So like, that easily gets people to start like wondering about the other aspects. So this was also part of the speech yesterday that Erin said, is like, she literally she feels like she built her entire superstar diamond business on her excitement for what we have to offer. That's all that, like, people buy you and your excitement. They don't buy the product. Anybody can go to Beachbody and buy it. Like they want to sign up with you for a reason, or they're connected with you on social media for a reason. So we're getting way off topic.
No, I don't think it's off topic.
But these are good.
I think it actually goes into the next thing, which is getting people results, and why that is super important too. That's going to build your confidence. It's one of the vital behaviors, but it not only is about getting people results, it's also like you get like people, you're people, you are people, we are people. Like we have to have our own results, or we are going to think, shit, does this even work? Do these nutrition plans even work? I can't, I'm not, if you're not getting results yourself, physically, emotionally, whatever kind of results you're looking for, like you are definitely not gonna be able to like convince anyone else that, so that's why being proof of the products, doing your personal development, and then getting yourself results is a vital behavior. And that means contributing to our challenge groups. If you're in them, your own challenge group every day, recognizing achievement, shouting people out, like on your stories, which I think we're going to talk about how to create a story. I don't even know if we're going to have time to do that, but recognizing achievement, like talking about people in our group, in the badass group that are doing stuff that are like, you can shout people out. So that is really important. Asking for before and after pics from your people. If you want to ask, you can ask people on our team. If you don't have customers right now, you can ask. I will share all my before and after pictures with you for you to use freely, however often you want.
We should make like a folder and just store them all in there.
Great idea.
We can always add to them, and then everybody just has places to go.
I think that's a great idea.
But you could, any of the coach groups that you're a part of, like even if it's Kaylee's group or Melanie's group or our, like, you can ask for before and after like transformation photos. Everybody always shares them in those groups.
I forgot, ask for referrals. This is another training that I need to have you guys listen to also. Okay, so that's that. The next thing that this I think is the thing we're going to spend the majority of the time on the next training on. This is kind of like when you hear us say, okay, you guys, we're going to do a power hour or get on this call for an action hour. This is where the majority of that work is going to come, because the other stuff is like kind of on your own time.
Yeah.
This is the stuff.
Business building activities.
So you've got to be doing the other things before,
On
but
your
then
own time.
this is your business right here. So it's about connecting, inviting, and following up. You're a professional friend maker now. You are a CEO of a business that requires you to go out and engage with other people that are like you, that you want to hang out with, that you want to like sit at a coffee table with and be friends with, and invite them to this amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what this is basically all about. And it's going to include doing a social media post every single day. That's going to be like a requirement on my team from now on. For the first 30 days, I want you on your posting every single day, getting in the habit of that, and on your stories every single day, getting in a habit of doing that too. So that's, well, anything else?
Yeah, that's good. Let's make a story and I'll show you.
Okay. Irene's going to share her phone now and show you guys how to make a story, because we realize maybe some of you don't know right away how to make a story. So we want you to know how to do that. While she's pulling that up, I just kind of want to talk to you about how I view posts and stories. My posts, I like to keep kind of less salesy and more just about me, like what I'm about, what I love, you know, a picture of yourself always on 90% of your posts, please. Like if you want to put a quote up, that's great. But I really, really think on your feed, on your posts, you need to have, I've done that before. You want to stop the share for right now though?
Here, I'm on it. No. Oh.
What do we do? And then your stories is where you can kind of like, maybe I'm gonna like, I send a lot of like you coaches like promos for like our challenge group, and like right now we have this body launch happening, and so that's kind of where I put more of my like commercially stuff like that, and then also intermix with my family, what I'm doing. Like I'm here at Irene's, I was taking funny videos of her and her husband last night singing happy birthday to the Steelers, and it worked. They won. The Steelers won. So I post stuff like that on my stories because I want people to understand like what I'm about
and
like
who you
what
are
like
and what you're like. And when you have a first conversation with somebody, like if you get on the phone with them, they know you, like they're comfortable because they know what your voice sounds like. They know what it looks like when you're talking.
They know what your cute kids are doing all the time, and your new puppy is like, it's just
most of the time they're like, oh my God, it's so weird to talk to you. And I'm like, me too. I know nothing about you. Like I need to know, like, you know everything about me, but like, I know nothing about you. So that's what we want though. That's how we build trust with our audience and help them see that we're in this to help them, not in it for any other reason. So
yeah. So I think like we learned yesterday from Erin Hopkins, it was really important. She said one of the prerequisites is that you have to be willing to be vulnerable. And that just means sharing your life. Like, so this job is social media. This job is social. You're going to be on social media. You're going to be sharing your life. So if you're not comfortable with that, like we need to get comfortable pretty quickly, because that's like our job. That's like part of this job, is just to be really comfortable sharing your life. And so I always tell people stories are kind of like your reality TV show where, okay, like people want to know what you're doing when you wake up until you go to bed. And then in between, like, so I have my life, I'm working out, I'm eating my lunch. And then I have like a commercial break where I then put some stuff about my challenge group and how they can sign up with me and DM me for more info. And then, back to my cute kids and me yelling at going on a walk with my
morning routine,
me yelling at, I don't know who
positive quotes that you find that help you. I always share those in my stories so that because I also like, so I want people to see that social media can be a really helpful place. So like, if I find accounts that I love when they post quotes or whatever they post, poems, like I follow a lot of accounts like that, because I want, when I'm scrolling social media, I want my feed to be positive for my mindset too. So I'll share those to my stories so that I'm encouraging my audience, who I know follows me because they struggle with the same thing as I do. I want them to follow them too, so that their feed starts filling up with the positive stuff. So there's a lot, it's really easy to share. You just have to get into the habit of doing it. And you have to remember that people are nosy. They want to know, like, you don't think that people want to know, they want to know. Okay. You have to come sit, sorry, so I can make a story of us doing this. Okay. So obviously I'm going to Instagram. From Instagram, you can swipe to the left to get to stories. or you can do the plus, and then you can do at the bottom, you can do post, story, reels, live. So go to story, turn the camera. We're recording a call together in person. Hello.
That's an awesome story.
Okay, so I mean, whatever. It's fun.
One of the things, wait, tell them about imperfect action is better than perfect in it.
Wait, I gotta show how to do this.
Oh,
So
shit.
the one cool thing that I'm obsessed with recently is captions.
Oh, yes.
So you go up to the top, you add the caption, it sees what you're saying, so that people don't have to have their sound on. People always thank me for that. If you swipe to the left, you can get to all these random filters that Instagram has. This is where all the stickers are. You can put GIFs, you can do slider bars. This is how you get people to engage with your stuff. This is, you could put a location. I could tag Alicia in this.
Tag me in it.
Um,
And then you can like squeeze it and slide it out of the site too. Do a
um,
poll. Show them
you
what
can
a
do a
poll is. We
poll.
don't need to do a poll, but
Like, aren't we cool?
actually we should do that poll. That's a great poll.
Sure. Duh.
Love it.
Um,
Go vote on that story, please. We need you to tell us we're cool.
this is also where you can put music. You can click on the music and choose. You can do quizzes.
I have to
You
go
can
get
do
on
all
this
these stamps. I
bike.
know.
You can finish
Um,
this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
let
that's it.
Irene wrap this up. Tell them more about story. How else?
What do you mean?
I don't know. And then you post it.
You can
Did
do
you
a
post
boomerang
it?
like, yeah, I posted it.
Okay, good.
You can do a boomerang like this.
I would post, and then you can delete it.
You can go to your photos and find anything and put a picture in there, and then you can squeeze it. You can go up here and add another picture on top of that where they're being cute.
Oh my gosh.
Anything
They're
like that.
the
You can do a
cutest.
million things. This though, again, this is something that you just need to play with.
But we expect you to start putting stories up every
God.
day, right?
You start playing with it and you're going to get better. When I started posting stories, it was when the Today Show started. I had no idea what I was doing. I never even posted on my feed. And so I just figured it out. I started doing it and I learned new tricks and whatever. So any questions you have, you ask us, obviously, but the best way to learn is by actually playing around with it. I think it's really important, and this is also part of your vital behaviors and your business activity tracker, is to have some kind of engaging sticker in your stories each day, whether it's a poll or a slider bar or a quiz. It doesn't always have to be business related. It can just be normal life stuff. It can be mom stuff. It can be dog mom stuff. It can be house stuff. Like, it can be anything. It's just a way to get your audience to engage with your stories. And honestly, it's kind of nice if it's not about fitness, because if it's about like something normal in your life that you're just going through and other people relate to you, it's the perfect way to start a new conversation and make friends with somebody, or spark, a conversation up with somebody who you haven't talked to in 10 years, but they watch your stories every day. Instead of like feeling awkward about it, you just start a conversation about how they engaged with your story. So get into the habit of making your stories up all the time and posting them every day through your day. Get a feed post up every day. And you have homework from this, which I'm going to post. We'll post when we post the recording of this call. We'll put it in the comments, but basically it shows you how to create a schedule for your feed posts. And it gives you like a basic, like high level topic. And then it's just going to be up to you to take that topic and write your post and find a photo for it. But it's a 21-day schedule. I'm personally following it. And it's just a really easy way to get started without you having to like start from scratch. So that's your homework for this week. And the next time we talk, we're going to be showing you exactly what it is to do a power hour. We're going to kind of do one together, but we'll explain how to do all of those inviting, connecting, following up section of the business activity tracker. We're going to show you how we do it so we can do it together and you can learn, because that is something that you'll need to be doing every day. So that's it. Thanks for watching this and we'll see you guys in a few days.